Screw this. Now this is much better. This week, third week of self-awareness development, we are going all in on meditation. But not in the regular sense that sitting in a yoga position just aching and pain. We are going basic. Just sitting down, trying to distinguish your thoughts from awareness. Thinking and awareness, that's the only thing that makes the difference. And that's what the challenge is all about. Sitting down for how long you challenge yourself to do this. I'm aiming for 20 minutes every day. And do that for 5 days in order to increase our awareness. If you want to hear all the details, make sure to see the full video. Otherwise, good luck. So welcome back to yet another week with yet another challenge within self-awareness. This has been the theme for the last weeks, and as we are digging further into this topic, at least I've realized the importance of it, how it makes us experience things in a new way. And I hate to go here because this is an area that makes you drift away. Because when you are not aware that you are not aware, you are not aware of it, and then you don't want to change. That's the whole dilemma of this topic, and I've felt the same way when I've been listening to this field. Like people talking about meditation, it's just these people within this business of personal development, they all keep coming back to the importance of meditation. Studies shows all kinds of benefits, and they all talk about it. But it's just something you can't grasp until you experience it yourself. Because full disclaimer here, I'm a newbie at this area too. I really don't understand the full extent of this area. But I have started to experiment with meditation for the last year. And even though I'm far from there yet, I have started to feel something. I just had faith and bought that, hey, if so many people out there are doing this, it just has to be something there. It just has to. The question I always ask myself when I get to this meditation is, why? Why the heck should I do this? Now I just said that, yeah, we have to have faith in that this is something good. But for you who don't have that faith, I mean, I'm a personal development geek. I just had to believe in that. But for you other guys that don't, this is so hard. Because when you listen to people that talk about this, they all say it's gonna change your life. It's amazing. You don't want to play computer games after this. You don't want to, all the things that you experience today as the most awesome things, meditation will kick ass in comparison to that.
It's a matter of principle, and I'll tell you. You are the single biggest liar. You probably are worse than Jeb Bush. You are the single biggest liar.
And that's just so hard to believe. That's freaking not believable, not at all. But that's kind of what I've started to feel this last weeks when I've dug into awareness. When I started to objectively observe myself and just try to be aware. That's kind of what meditation is. Being aware. As I've said in the beginning, there's a distinction between thinking and being aware. And that's what the basic meditation is. To sit down and just take in. Be aware. And I keep repeating, be aware, but it's hard to do that. And that's also why I'm gonna let Leo do most of the talking from now on.
Hey, this is Leo.
Or I'm gonna let him describe what the heck it is that you are gonna do. Because I'm not really entitled to do that guide, because I'm not there. I'm not that guy. I want to be that guy that can teach this stuff, but I'm not there yet. But I've started to feel that it's powerful. And I hope that you can start to feel that in some way too. Or just, just have faith that it might lead you somewhere. Here's Leo for you.
I'll show you the most simple, I think, technique that exists for meditating. And what this is like this is called the no manipulation technique. So try it right now. Sit there as you're sitting. Don't try to put yourself into some sort of meditative position or posture. Any posture or position you take is fine. And just sit and notice and be aware. Just observe and watch. All these words like aware, be observant, watch, notice, these are all synonymous. So just sit there and notice what's happening right this very second in direct experience. Right this moment. Not a minute before, not 10 minutes later, not what I'm going to say next. Right now. So you're hearing this out of my voice. Maybe you're looking at me if you're watching this on video, and you're feeling some emotions in your body. Thoughts might be coming up for you. So do this right now and just train your mind on that and try to stick with it. No manipulation means that you don't manipulate your body or your posture. You just let it go natural. And whatever it wants to do, let it do it. This includes your mind. So let your mind go natural too. So if your mind wants to think perverted thoughts, let it think perverted thoughts. And if it wants to judge, let it judge. And if it wants to go crazy and get angry and upset and all this, let it do that. And if it wants to experience some emotion, like sadness or happiness or excitement or frustration, let it experience that emotion. Whatever's occurring for you. Don't try to experience anything because you already are experiencing. There's never a moment when you're not experiencing, unless maybe when you're deep asleep. But if you're awake, then there's never a moment you don't have an experience. So that's it. Your meditation is focused on this right now experience right here. Okay? So do it. Do it right now while I'm talking. You don't need to be in a quiet environment to meditate. You don't need to sit alone by yourself. I mean, it helps. That's a good place to start, especially if you're a beginner. But you can do it right now as I'm talking. Notice that you don't need a fancy position. You don't need to manipulate your breathing. That's it. So what meditation is, one way to look at it is simply the using of awareness to draw a distinction in your mind between thinking and awareness. That's one way to frame it.
One thing that this guy Leo is emphasizing a lot is that it will suck. It will really, really suck for the most time. Like for the first year, it will suck. He says that out loud a lot of times. And that's kind of depressing in some sense. But still also relieving, because then you know that, hey, I don't have to have this expectation of enjoying the meditation. It doesn't give me stress relief or whatever in the beginning. It's gonna be a pain. And when you don't have that high expectation, then it's easier not to get disappointed. It's like if you're going to watch a movie that is hyped to the limit, it's impossible to live up to that hype. Those movies will almost always disappoint you. But if you instead are going to the cinema and you have zero expectations and the movie turned out to be an okay movie, then all of a sudden you're so satisfied with the result because you expected nothing. And I think that's kind of what you need to expect out of this meditation. To just have faith that it will lead to the juicy stuff. But it will suck. It will suck a lot until you get there. But so the objectives of this week is to sit down for 5, 10, 20 minutes, for however long you want to make this, for 5 days, and do this meditation practice, or call it self-observation practice, because that's in basics what it is. Observing yourself, being aware. find a time and a place where it suits you. You know, designing a habit, I've been talking about this a lot. It's all about finding the cue, doing the routine, and having a reward. That's how you make a habit sustainable. That's why I emphasize you to find one place throughout the day when you do it. For me, that cue is when I get on board on my morning train commuting to work. As soon as I sit down, boom, that means my meditation session starts, and I do that for 20 minutes. And in the end of the session, I ask myself about something to be grateful for, so I can actually anchor that routine with good emotions. Because when you trigger gratefulness in a genuine way, it really makes you feel good. So that's the reward, and it makes you want to repeat that routine. That is it. That is this week's challenge. I hope you are excited. As always, I'm excited because I'm gonna really go all in on this week. Maybe even 40 minutes someday, I don't know. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, do that if you want to be notified when I post new videos, because throughout the week I always do some reflecting, or it's just adding some new information. And in the end of the week, Friday, I do the live evaluation of this challenge, how the week has been. But what I also have on that live stream on Fridays is that it's actually individual time for you and me to work on our evaluation on our own, because we have other goals in life. In fact, I have 7 key area goals which I have outlined, and I work every Friday during this live stream on evaluating how I've been progressing on these throughout the week. And the idea is that you should do the same. We have this weekly evaluation as an important point in the week to ground ourselves, or actually to first elevate ourselves, to look at what we're doing, how we're progressing, do we need to course correct, and then ground ourselves so we are ready to go about it again. Plan out for the week ahead. That's it. My name is Alexander Nilsson. I thank you for watching, and if there's any question, just write them down there in the comments and I'll answer them for you. Bye guys. Namaste.